Good afternoon. Welcome in and welcome back to another episode of Wellness Wednesday. I'm your doTERRA wellness advocate, Christy Gammon, and as always, I'm so happy to be here with you. If you're watching this episode live on Facebook today, thank you for hanging in with me for a couple of extra minutes. I was actually texting back and forth with a customer who had a couple of questions, and that's always my top priority and just my honor and privilege to be able to do. So hopefully she got the help that she needed, and she's going to be trying out some different oils. And I'm always available. Well, not always, but I'm available to help answer your personal questions as they arise. So never hesitate to reach out and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And sometimes I'm available right in the moment. So today, what I want to do is return to our Healthy Holidays mini series that is going to take us through the end of the year and focus today on the gifts of health. And so I thought, first of all, let's just take a moment and reflect on how did your Thanksgiving go? So we began this series just before Thanksgiving and talked about strategies for keeping the peace and making decisions, being intentional about what you want your holidays to look like, how you want them to feel. And so how did it go for Thanksgiving? Did you make the choices that you planned to make? Did you just try to wing it and maybe some of the wheels fell off? That's all good information. So as you reflect back, be careful to observe what happened. Don't bother sitting in judgment over yourself. That doesn't do any good. Just waste some time and probably makes you feel bad. And that's not going to serve you in any way. So as you're observing what went well, what didn't go the way that you hoped or the way that you would like, and what changes can you make as we move into Christmas over the next few weeks. So with that as your backdrop, let's look at, first of all, I want to cover our foundations of health and just remind us what those are and what daily habits we can build to incorporate the foundations of health into these next few weeks. But before we do that, this is just really practical. I woke up with that feeling in my throat. So once you develop a practice or a habit of just being aware of how you're feeling in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, then you can make changes according to what you notice. If you're flying around really busy and distracted, then you're not going to notice until often it's too late. And then you're stuck in sickness and you're really needing to deal with symptoms. But on a morning like today, I got up and I noticed that little tickle in the throat, maybe just a little scratch of soreness. Nothing's out of hand, don't have any other symptoms yet. So I reached for my tea tree touch, and this is how I do it. The tea tree touch is a great way to do this. If you just have the oil, you can put a couple of drops in your palm. This oil is one that you might want to pair with a carrier. That's why Tea Tree Touch makes it so convenient. You can put it on neat, or if this feels a little strong to you, you could combine it with a couple drops of carrier as well. But just rolling, or once you have those drops in the palm, rubbing on the neck. And so I'm just going to be doing a couple of applications of this throughout the day. And if there's any hint of discomfort in this area, the tea tree just, for me, takes it away immediately. And then I'm going to be ramping up with all of my On Guard products just to make sure that if anything's trying to find its way in, it gets kicked out before it can really establish and cause any issues. So On Guard Plus soft gels, the On Guard throat drops, the oil can also be added to the neck, to the throat if you like. You can layer it with we call a flute blend. So that includes tea tree, that's your tea, frankincense, lemon, on guard, and oregano with the tea tree. If you have a roller made up with all 5 of those, definitely want to put that on the throat. Any and all On Guard products are great. And then I've added these chewables to my day. You can take 1 a day just for prevention. These remind me of certs, if you remember those, or maybe you still eat certs. I haven't seen them in 100 years, but that's exactly what these little tabs remind me of. Just pop it in. I'll suck on it for a second or two, and then just chew it up. Some people have described these as a little spicier than just eating an On Guard throat drop. I don't think that's true at all. I think they're very minimal in terms of the spice. They just taste exactly like an On Guard to me, like a throat drop or a beadlet, however you like to do your On Guard. I don't have any sensitivity to the taste in my mouth. I don't feel like there's any extra spice to it. Chew it up, swallow that down. Best taken right before a meal. 2 o'clock or thereabouts is my lunchtime. So perfect time for me to take one. And these are just some of the things that I'm going to be doing proactively to make sure that I don't end up lying in bed and missing out on any of the fun. And now, in addition, we also want to be thinking proactively about our foundations of health. And so just on a regular basis, we want to be thinking about water, healthy foods, whole foods as often as possible, supplementation, proper elimination, oxygen, sunshine, movement, moving our body, rest and stress, toxic load, informed self-care, and then proactive healthcare. Those are the building blocks of doTERRA's wellness pyramid, the few additional foundations of health thrown in there just to round it out. And the way to build these into your daily life are through your daily health habits. And you can decide what those look like when you do certain things. I like to have a morning ritual and an evening ritual. And that way I have about 30 minutes of time in the morning and the evening where I'm doing specific things that are either self-care related, spiritual formation related, loving on myself, receiving the Father's love into my body, mind, and spirit in a variety of ways. So that can look like however you want, but as you consider that list of foundations of health, think of the ones that you can incorporate, maybe deep breathing and movement early in the morning. And of course, infusing your rituals and practices throughout the day with your essential oils and products. I also like to do a home blessing in the morning. That gets me going with my chores and making sure that things are in order in my home, that I'm on top of the dishes and that I'm on top of laundry. And those things just help prevent stress during the day. So those are great. They make my family and anyone who comes into my home feel welcomed and less stressed. There's not a lot of chaos going on. Things are handled at certain times, and I keep up with them so that they're not creating a burden for me or onto anyone who's coming into our space. Mentioned deep breathing practice. You want to be incorporating your water. So it should be half your body weight in ounces of water every day. And what I like to do is find a water bottle that I love, measure it out, then figure out how many times I need to drink that bottle of water during the day so that I get my total ounces of water by the end of the day. Taking my supplements every day. I like to take those with meals. Unless I'm teaching a class in the evening, I take them earlier in the day. If I need to be really alert and higher energy in the evening, then I will take some in the evening as well, just kind of space them out throughout the day. I also measure out my supplements. So I have this little pouch and it includes packets of supplements for each day, and I have 2 packets for each day. So I can do morning and afternoon, or I can do like mid-morning, afternoon, and a little later in the day, maybe with dinner if I have um, an activity in the evening where I want to have higher energy. Which is counting out those supplements, having them ready to go, makes it so much easier to actually take them when the time comes. Meal planning has been a big deal in my life, sitting down for just a few minutes on Sundays and thinking through what do we want to eat for this week, making sure we have a balance of plant-based meals and some infusion of great proteins, whether that's coming from creative plant-based sources or a few healthy meats thrown in for the meat lovers in my family. But just taking that time and investing in what is our meal plan going to be for the week, shopping for those ingredients either on Sunday evening or Monday morning, having them either delivered to the house or I can just stop and pick them up through the Click List or similar service, depending on where you shop. Can just be a wonderful stress reliever and insurance that you're going to be eating the healthy foods that you want to eat. And then a consistent bedtime is another big deal in our house. We have rules for bed now. Those can always be broken during the holidays, but you don't want to make a habit of breaking them. You want to stick to the rule as often as possible. So when something fun comes up, it's not a big deal to stay up a little later than you usually do and just soak in a few extra ounces of fun. So I hope those are helpful to you. If you need some support in your foundations of health, incorporating them into your daily health habits, I have a couple suggestions for you. Here is lemon essential oil. Now, a lot of times, if we've fallen off or really want to refocus our efforts, lemon emotionally is the oil of focus. So it's great for homework helps and studying, hitting the books, making sure you finish strong. If you are personally in school or if you have kids in school, but maybe you didn't have the experience over the Thanksgiving holiday that you want, and you just want to refocus on your healthy habits, then lemon is perfect for that. And if you're trying to get your water in, if you're trying to reduce your toxic load, help with proper elimination in all of these areas, the simplicity of lemon, one of our most affordable citrus essential oils. Sorry. Was blanking on the word. So one of our most affordable citrus essential oils in lemon, you can get all of those benefits. And then I also wanted to mention Deep Blue. And if you haven't tried out the Deep Blue stick yet, oh my goodness, this is such a godsend. So easy to use. And I love it for not only rest and recovery from activities. Maybe you find yourself moving your furniture around. We've done that in our home, even just getting out the decorations, whether you're indoors or out, or just out and about a lot during this holiday season. Deep Blue stick is your new best friend. It's so convenient to just roll it on the back of the neck, the low back. It combines Deep Blue with copaiba in here, and the formula is so strong and effective. We even got the FDA to approve topical analgesic for the front of the packaging, and it actually mentions pain relief on the back. So we finally get to say those words, which have been taboo for us for so long. So I'm so excited about this and love it also in the evening just before bed, not only for the pain relief, sometimes in my neck or shoulders, wherever you're feeling tension during your holidays, it's great to relieve that. It also opens up the sinuses and the airways. So if you've got any congestion going during the day, that Deep Blue can bring pain relief and opening of the airways as you drift off to a peaceful sleep at night. And then all during the day, I'm just supplementing. Some of the things that are my go-tos are my Lifelong Vitality Pack and my Terrazyme. The adaptive, I take one of those in the morning. Max, I take one of those during the mid-afternoon to keep my natural energy up and keep me going during the day. And then my PB Assist Junior and doTERRA's fiber. And I brought those in just to show, in case you're not used to drinking water with the fiber. This is what the packaging looks like, and you just want to take a scoop. And I love the language on the back of the package. Maybe you've lost sight of how important it is to have good quality sources of soluble and insoluble fiber during the day. 28 grams is what we're shooting for, but most adults get far less than that a day. So you're getting 6 grams in a serving of this. So you can take 1 or 2 servings, or other great sources, which are included in here, but are easy things to grab during your day. I love apples and flax seeds, or if you're making spinach artichoke dip from scratch this holiday season, artichokes are a great source as well. So my lunch today is going to include a piece of vegan cheese with 3 flaxseed crackers and a whole apple. Maybe a few other things thrown in depending on how hungry I am. A green smoothie is also a great choice. You can add some flax seeds or a scoop of fiber to your smoothie. Our fiber tastes so good. I like to just put a scoop of it in water in the evening. Just helps with digestion as well if you've had a big dinner. The PBSS Junior sachets are also my favorite. Both of these things are good at cutting cravings, and especially those sugar cravings. So during the holidays, you might want to indulge a little bit. Having one of these, it tastes like a pixie stick. So it's so good. It helps you to not overindulge. So those are some of my supports that are my go-tos to help me stay on track and keep me healthy, and just really soaking in the gifts of health that we don't want to lose sight of over the course of the holidays. And then just final mention, because of the week that we're in here in doTERRA, they've offered us some amazing stocking stuffer deals to help us stress less as we're buying gifts during the holidays. So we've got 2 BOGOs going on this week. One is buy peppermint, get bergamot mint for free. So peppermint is $22 wholesale. You're going to save $17 when you get your bergamot mint for free. You not only want this oil for its soothing, relaxing, spa-like qualities. Bergamot mint is an ideal oil to diffuse, to put in an Epsom salt bath, to rub on your sore shoulders. It's just amazing, and it's an exclusive oil. So we are not able to buy this one. It was offered exclusively during the 2020 convention, and we haven't seen it since. So this is a wonderful opportunity to stock up on that with a favorite like peppermint. You're not only going to want to use your peppermint in your holiday baking, but also just keeping your energy up. It's great to incorporate in moving your body, and great for helping with digestive health as well. So buy your peppermint, get your bergamot mint for free. Those are both 15 milliliter bottles. And then the second BOGO is buy Thinker and get Rescuer for free. And these are 2 of our kid oils. I've been having a lot of customer interactions over the past couple weeks with, how do I keep my kids in line? And so we've talked about focus, which Thinker is great for, and we've talked about rest and stress. So all good reasons to grab these beautiful kid blends. So Thinker is the one that you're going to buy in this BOGO. It's $16 wholesale, and you're going to get Rescuer for free. You're going to save $15. Rescuer is amazing for soothing any of those little aches and pains that your kiddos might have, maybe growing pains. This is a beautiful oil to roll on those shin bones, and great for right before bedtime for just soothing, calming, and good rest. There are also 6 fun bundles, and I'm not going to go into all those details because then we would just go on for way too long during our Wellness Wednesday time. But look for my posts. I've featured them a couple of times, and these are just wonderful ways to save money and give the gift of health during this Christmas. So you can stress less on picking something out that's easy to give. It's great to give the gift of health. You're going to save money and you're not going to have to think too hard. So they've bundled them into beauty and sleep and different bundles, immune health, oral care, things that you might want to put in someone's stocking who you love. So look for those details within our Facebook group and reach out if you have any questions. As always, reach out with whatever questions you have. As I mentioned at the top of our time, always happy to help you with whatever specific is coming up for you. We're going to be back next week with part 4 of our healthy holidays, and we're going to talk about the gift of balance as we get closer and closer to Christmas. In the meantime, if you have any questions regarding anything at all, but your gift giving, what to diffuse, what to use on your kids and babies, what's going to support your family during these healthy holidays, you just reach out and let me know. I am always here to support you. So look forward to seeing you next week. And in the meantime, here's to your continued health and wellness. Take care.